Good afternoon. At this outside, this National Workshop on Environmental Auditing, Building for a Greener Future, organized by Department of Studies and Research in Environmental Science, Karnataka State Open University. I'm really obliged to be present here. I thank the organizing secretary, my friend Dr. J.S. Chandrasekhar, Department of Studies and Research in Environmental Science, KSOU. And also I thank the convener of the workshop, Dr. T.S. Sarsha, Chairman, Department of Studies and Research in Environmental Science, KSOU. And I also would like to thank the Vice Chancellor and Registrar and other authorities at the university. So, getting into today's program, so from past one day and today also, you're all talking about the environmental auditing. Now, why we require environmental auditing? What is the purpose of doing environmental auditing? The first one is for the compliance, right? Maybe for the government, they're asking, you need to do that environmental auditing. And you want a more client base, you want to expand, you need to do this environmental auditing. Is it only that much, or it is beyond that? It is beyond that. What is that beyond that? Now, why we have to do all these things, first of all? Who told you to do all these things? Who told you to do? Government, regulatory authorities. For why they have made all these things? Yeah, to protect our environment. Now, why only we should do? We are only responsible. Okay. The thing is, we are all part of the climate change. Right? You have heard of COP, Conference of Parties. Right? India is also one of the signatories. Right? So we have decided that we are going to reduce the global warming by we are going to keep the global warming within 1.5 degree centigrade. Now, who has told this one? No one has told this one. All the countries came together and we have come to an agreement that by 2100, if we leave as it is, if we are going to continue our activities as it is, the global temperature is going to be increased by up to 4 degrees centigrade. Is it so important that we should care about 4 degrees centigrade? It looks very small, no? 4 degrees centigrade. It looks small, but it may have a great impact on the climate as well as environment. So in the coming slides, we will be dealing with this. So all this auditing and all these things, why we are doing is to ensure that for a greener future, right? To protect our climate, okay? So my topic for today, that is understanding climate change through simulation tool. Now this is a part of En-ROAD's climate workshop. So this actually designed by the MIT Management Sloan School, which Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So they have designed this simulation tool. Okay, they conduct these climate workshops, and online workshops also. All of you can also attend. It's a free program. You can also log into that and register yourself for the program. Okay? So wherein they will be exploring the simulation tool to understand different climatic factors and how they are going to influence all of us. Okay? Now, understanding the climate change through simulation tool. So what I am going to do in this session. Now, what is the requirement? So already I have told. The one is use of laptops for the simulation. If you are having laptops, kindly open the laptops and you can use it. Okay? And mobile devices, you can use it. You can use your mobile phones. Not for the simulation, for other interactive slides, you can use your mobile phones. Okay? And then session structure. First off, I'm going to briefly briefing about the climate change and what are the challenges in the first session. What do you mean by climate change? Now, and why we have to bother about this climate change. And in the second half, we are going to sit in a group and going to use this simulation tool to reduce that temperature, keep that temperature within 1.5 degree centigrade, and what are the challenges we are going to face in order to keep the temperature within 1.5 degree centigrade, that we are going to work out in small groups. Okay? And then, so your participation, active engagement is mandatory for this. All of you must participate in this. And then resources, you can use internet, laptop, ChatGPT, and all these things are permitted in this session. Okay, especially in the second session. Okay, so let us start the session. So as I told earlier, so environmental auditing, building for a greener future, is mainly through this, why we are doing all this environmental auditing and all these things is for protecting our climate, right? That's what understanding the climate change through the simulation tool. So this is how both are linked together. Now, why I am telling this is because how this topic is relevant to the workshop topic, okay? So, yesterday and today, you might have gone through the environmental auditing, right? So, environmental auditing ensures accountability in sustainability efforts, right? So, it will help you in sustainable future. And climate change is a critical factor driving the environmental auditing. So, environmental auditing will help in the climate change, reducing the climate change. So, climate change is a bigger one when compared to environmental auditing. Environmental auditing throughout the globe will help us in protecting our environment as well as reduce the climatic changes, what are happening for us. Okay, so simulation tools, whatever the tool we are going to use today, like these tools will help us in understanding the climate change. So, what is that climate change? So, climate change as a driver for environmental auditing. So, our major focus is on reducing the emissions from, it may be automobile emissions or industrial emissions or emissions from anywhere. So it is mainly the fossil fuels. Whenever we use the fossil fuels, what are the emissions which are going to come? How these emissions are contributing to the climate change, right? And then evaluating compliance with the global agreements like the Paris Agreement. We are also signatory for that, and we are also compelled to introduce, take lot of steps. Today, you can see visibly there is drastically the electric vehicles have increased. Yes or no? You can see lot of electric battery-driven two-wheelers. Battery-driven, every company car company, automobile company is having a battery-driven car, electric car. And we have introduced electric buses. Now, why all of a sudden so much change? All these things are happening because of this Paris Agreement. We are also signatory for that. We have been made compulsion, it's a compulsion for us to do all these things. So we have committed ourselves that we are going to reduce the carbon dioxide emission or any other greenhouse gases which are contributing to climate change. Right? So that's why even one more thing you can see visibly, the energy production. Now there is a lot of solar plants which are coming up. Have you observed this one? Everywhere solar panels, everywhere wind energy. Now why this change? Again, it is because it is driven by all these things. We have to reduce the global warming we have to keep the global warming within 1.5 degree centigrade. So these are all the things which is driving the industries also. See, it is not so simple as we think. When these electric scooters came, electric cars came, no, what has happened in the industry? All of a sudden, automobile industry has crashed. The petrol vehicles, diesel vehicles, they used to have lot of parts, lot of engine parts. When these electric vehicles are introduced, so it has drastically impacted the mechanical industry, automobile industry. See, when we say we have to protect the environment, we have to think it in so many ways. When we made electric vehicles compulsion or promoting that one, it has in another way, it has impacted the people also. If you go to Pune industrial area near Bangalore, many automobile industry-based small-scale industries are closed now. Lot of lathes which used to manufacture small parts, they are closed now. No, the main reason is the electric vehicles. See, why I'm telling this is, whenever we make a policy decisions, so policy may impact positively as well as negatively also. Right? So all these policy matters are very important before it is implemented. Now, how we can understand all those things? So that's what we are going to use this simulation tool to understand how policies can impact the economy as well as the environment. Okay? So encouraging sustainable practices in industry and organizations. So that's what I told. So we can use simulation tools to understand this climate change. So already I've told, environmental auditing tracks the performance and compliance of the industries. Simulation tools highlights the global impact of individual and collective actions. Okay? Together, they guide organizations towards measurable sustainability goals. So ultimately, all these things will lead us for the greener future. Just one small video. ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆಗಿದೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಯಾ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್? ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಜನ ಅಥವಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆಯಾ? ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ಹೌ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿ? Whatever you feel like about that, you think yes, it is correct, you think no, it is not correct, you can enter there. Yeah, yes, it is real. Yeah, climate change is real. Then it is real. Then alteration in rain pattern. Very good. Next. Hello. Yeah. No. Okay. So somebody is telling no. Climate change is not real. Okay. Next. Oxygen booth at Delhi shows it's real. Very good. Then. Temperature variations. Yeah, a lot of temperature variations are going on. Then sea level is rising. Is it not? Yes or no? So we have heard that sea levels are rising. Yeah, here participants are really, they're all, highly educated, I think. They are very much aware of what's going on. Yeah, then global warming, melting of glaciers. I think Chandrasekhar's job is done, right? So everybody is knowing all these things. So increase sea levels. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yes, seasonal variations are there. Heat waves are there. Climate change is there. It can be mitigated. Melting in ice caps. Wow. So much of responses. Then abnormal rainfall, forest fires, shifting of temperature zones. Make it fast now. Whatever you think about the climate change. Glaciers are melting. Then shift, then snowfalls. Whether it is true or no, I don't know. Dubai experience did snowfall, somebody was telling. Yeah? Then untimely rainfall. Yeah. Anything else? So another 4 participants are typing. Make it fast now. So only 55 people responded. Only 55 we are having here. What about others? Okay. Yes, it is real. So make it fast now. Those who are typing. So it's an active poll. Only 55 people responded. So rest all are still sleeping. Yes. If there are same words repeated again and again, so it becomes big. That's it. Blue color. Yeah. Anything else? So migration of birds, or ozone depletion, again, somebody voted. Yeah, global warming, acid rain, volcanic activity. Okay, so many of you think that climate change is real. It is happening, okay? So that's what the intention of doing this, right? Howdu sir? Yeah. So in this slide, you can see that yes, it's happening. There are a lot of extreme heats are there. Rainfall, unseasonal rainfall is there. Number of rainy days have changed, right? And drought, elapsed drought days, right? Heat waves, and all these things are the examples of the climate change. Now, it is a very difficult task to, it is saying it's very easy to say that we have to take care of the climate. At the same time, balancing that, it is very difficult. We have to live now. All of us have to live or not? To live, we need energy or not? Right? So we cannot compromise on that. Not only that, it may be food, growing food, or it may be recreation, or it may be industries. So all these things are there only means it is possible. But how we are going to balance all these things is very difficult. It is a balancing act, balancing on the nail. Right? So we will just do one small activity, okay, on this balancing on the nail. Can I have any one participant on the stage? Anyone? Please. I am not going to ask any questions. Oh, Suresh? Wow. So we'll do one small activity here. Our client. So how this nail is there now? So balancing that nail and other challenges. It may be government, it may be public, it may be energy production, it may be new technology, and so many things. Okay, we have to balance all these things on a nail. Okay, so here I have few things. One is plywood, and I have few nails. Okay, so what Suresh has to do is he has to balance these nails on one single nail. He has to balance all these nails, so many nails are there, on one single nail, and use of mobile phone is not permitted now. Okay, don't use your mobile phones, use your brain. Okay, Suresh, it's your time. It's up to you how you do it. I want you to balance all the nails on one single nail. You can use your one more nail as an hammer. Strictly, mobiles are banned now. Can we have lights here? Suresh, come on, you can do it. Try. See, our challenges are like this, right? Our climate change, it is very easy to read in your textbook and all these things, right? And it is so difficult when it comes to handling it. Looks impossible. Looks impossible. Suresh, last 1 minute for you. Can we have one more participant? Come. So I think he has checked the YouTube also, now he is ready. Then don't come. Anyone else? Please, madam, please come. You can try. Anyone, please come. Come. Suresh sir, thank you. Leave it there. Keep it there only. Madam, your name? Sushmita. Sir, be ready. Your name? Come. A large fan base is there. Yeah. Yeah, if you have seen it, you can do it. Good try, madam. But it should stand. Sushmita, madam, thank you. It's not going to stand like that. So let us welcome Anudeep and find out he is previously educated about this. He is doing very systematically, he is segregating the nails. Good.
ಇದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ತರ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರು ಅವರು. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವುದು ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ರೀತಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವ್ರ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ 2 ಸಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೋ last chance. Anybody wants to do? If you know, you can come and do it. Last chance. I'm not going to give one more chance. Anybody? ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. The way he is doing is not correct. That's it. So finally he has come to a conclusion now. Okay, Andeep, let me do it, otherwise it will take time. So right, so that nail was not properly hammered, right? So we thought in the initially it is very difficult. Yes or no? It's highly impossible. How can someone can balance so many nails on a single nail? So this all these climatic actions and all these things are so complicated. It is not so easy as we think. It is very easy to tell that we have to reduce the global temperature. When it comes to reducing the temperature, there are so many issues. What are the issues we face? So one is greenhouse gas emission. One on nail is like this, right? Deforestation, global temperature rise, melting of ice caps, biodiversity loss, dependency on fossil fuels, policy and government gaps. There are so many policy gaps are there which are contributing to this. And then economic disparities, then resistance to change, then climatic misinformation, then water scarcity, overpopulation and resource strain, then waste management, technological, there are so many things which contribute to climate change. Now let us see, what do you mean by this climatic change? So all of you, I think, know this. I'll just brief about this. Now there is a difference between weather and a climate. Now what is a weather? So in your mobile, every day you see that, right? Every day changes are for a 2 days or 3 days. How the weather will be there, they are called as, the conditions, climatic conditions are there, that is called as weather. The prolonged weather is called as climate, right? Over the years. Over the years, how the weather changes is called as climate. That's the difference between weather and climate. Now, what it includes? It includes temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, wind, rainfall, then so many other things also, right? So, we say that the global mean temperature. What do you mean by global mean temperature? Global mean temperature means you take Earth as a globe, you measure the temperature in different parts of the globe, right? And take the average. So that will be the global mean temperature. So the global mean temperature is increasing over the years. Why it is increasing? Let us see later. Right? So global warming means temperature increased by 0.74 degrees centigrade during last 100 years. Okay? So by the end of this 2100, so the temperature may go up to 4 degrees centigrade. Okay? That is called as the global warming. Now, have you heard of this word greenhouse effect? Now, what do you mean by greenhouse effect? Okay. Yeah. So, the best analogy for this is, all of us have experienced this one, it's the car. You leave your car and go and attend marriage or something else and come back and get into the car. You feel that the temperature inside the car when compared to outside. All of us experienced this one. Now, why the temperature inside the car is more when compared to the outside when both are exposed to the same sunlight? Why? Temperature is trapped inside. Why the temperature is trapped? There is no ventilation. There is no exchange of gases. Since the windows are closed, there is no exchange of heat or gases. That's okay. Now, how this heat came inside the car? To the glass. Radiation. What kind of radiation came inside? Infrared radiation? Ultraviolet radiation? Electromagnetic radiation? So all these things are put together is electromagnetic radiation. Right? See, when we park the car outside, okay, so this car glass is there, no? This car glass, this one. The sunlight will enter through this. Okay? So the sunlight consists of the visible light and other types of lights. Right? So the visible light is in the center of the electromagnetic radiation. To the left of that, visible light can be divided into VR. Violet. Next to violet is ultraviolet. Ultraviolet, next to ultraviolet is X-rays, and then gamma rays. So towards left of that, the energy increases. Right? Like X-rays, gamma rays, the energy, UV rays, X-rays, gamma rays, energy increases. And the wavelength decreases. They are called as short wave radiations. Right? Towards the right of that, it is long wave radiations. Right? It is the microwaves, radio waves, all these things. Right? So when the light enters here, it is the visible light as well as the ultraviolet light which is getting entered into this car through this glass, car glass. When the same light strikes inside this one, the seat cover or the dashboard or something else, these are getting converted into long wave radiations. What are long wave radiations? Microwave radiations, IR radiations. These are primarily heat radiations. Right? So, this is how the radiations are getting converted. Next question is, okay, that is okay, but how it is stored? It is stored in terms of the gases which are there here, they will absorb the heat which is generated there. Right? So, this is what exactly happens on the earth. Right? Greenhouse effect is very much necessary for earth. If anybody say that greenhouse effect is not correct or it is not good, they are wrong. Greenhouse effect is very much necessary for us to live on this earth. Right? What is not correct is enhanced greenhouse effect. Increased greenhouse gases. These are not correct. Right? So, you can see here that's the same thing which is, so outside it is 80, inside it is 99. Now, which gases do you think are responsible for this? Please scan this and you can put your answers. Take out your mobile phones. Sir, no? What do you think? Which gas is more responsible for this? There are so many gases are there. Are you getting there? Yes or no? Wow. Good, good. So few people think carbon monoxide, few people think CFCs, methane. There is a lot of fighting going on. For your information, all these gases are greenhouse gases. All of them are greenhouse gases. What I'm asking is, which among these is more responsible? Which is more potential? More potential greenhouse gas. Only 60 participants here. That's it. Yeah. So, as you have all voted, it is correct. Carbon dioxide is the major responsible gas for the global warming as well as greenhouse effect. Okay. So, all other gases are also greenhouse gases, but today there is more stress on carbon dioxide because of its quantity or the number of carbon dioxide molecules in the atmosphere. So all these things already I've explained. So greenhouse effect, what do you mean by that? There are two types of greenhouse effect, okay? One is natural greenhouse effect and another one is enhanced greenhouse effect. And one more question we should ask, all of us ask ourselves, why Earth is habitable Why not other planets? The first major thing is great gravitational force. The gravitational force keep these gases close to the earth. And the right quantity of these greenhouse gases are keeping this earth warm. Otherwise, you can see there Venus as well as Mars, wherein their mean temperature is less than 30 degrees centigrade. Whereas on Earth, we don't face so much of change in the daily temperature. Is it not? Now it may be 24, 25, night it may come to 21 or 20, but it's not going to beyond that. Otherwise, if you see moon, the day temperature is plus 200, night temperature is minus 150. So much drastic changes. It is mainly because of the greenhouse gases which are present around the earth, which is making this earth habitable. But as these anthropogenic activities are increasing, the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are increasing, which is enhancing the greenhouse effect, okay, which is leading to global warming. So that's what greenhouse effect and different spheres, all these things, I think you know all this. I'll just skip. So natural and anthropogenic causes. Why climate change is a concern? There are a lot of things which are happening. One is rise in the sea level, maybe by 7 to 23 inches. So carbon dioxide is expected to increase 100% by 2100. So annual river runoff, the water which flows in the river is also increasing, and there is a change in the rainfall and disappearance of glaciers. All these things are a concern for all of us, okay, which is an indication of climate change. Now this is a simulation tool, what I was telling. This is a simulation tool. All of you can, in the next part after the break, all of us can log into this En-ROADS simulation tool, wherein, so you can see here, so by 2100, the global mean temperature may increase by 3.3 degree centigrade. Right? But our commitment is what? We have to reduce this temperature to less than 1.5 degree centigrade. If possible, less than 1 degree centigrade. Now, how we are going to achieve this one? Right? So, there are some tools here. So, one is energy supply. So, which is the primary energy which is, we are all depend on coal, right? We burn a lot of coal. What is that? Thermal power plants, right? Wherein we burn the coal and produce the energy. In India, nearly 60 to 70% of our energy requirement comes from the thermal power plants by burning the coal. Not only in India, throughout the world, people depend on thermal power plants. 60 to 70% of our energy throughout the world comes from the burning of coal, which is a fossil fuel. Now, why it is a concern? Whenever we burn the coal, it produces lot of greenhouse gases. Among them, primary one is the carbon dioxide. Right? So that's why here you can see here there is a coal. Now how we can do something for this? What we can do for to reduce the usage of coal? No, that is an alternative. That is an alternative. Solar is an alternative. I want to discourage the coal. I don't want people to use the coal. What I should do now? ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಕೋಲ್ನ ಜನ ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದಪ್ಪ, ಅದು ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್. ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಯೂಸೇಜು. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸಂಬಡಿ ಟಾಕ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಕಟ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಿಸ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನಡೀತಿರೋದೇ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅಂತ, ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ, hello, how coal can help us in reducing the climate, that also we can see here. In the same way, we have renewable, oil, nuclear. Nuclear, though we are not using it in a larger scenario, but it's a very good fuel and which can give us lot of energy. See, problem with the renewable energy is solar energy, wind energy. It is very difficult for us to depend on the renewable energy. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್, ನಾನು ಕಿಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವನ್ 3-4 ದಿವಸದಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆದರ್ ಊಟಿ ತರ ಇತ್ತು. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೀರೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ರಿಡ್ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನೀರು ತರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ನಮಗೆ ನೀರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕು? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಸಿ ನೀರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕು? ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕು. ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಲಾರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬರಲ್ಲ. Now this is the problem with the renewable. Right time, right quantity is not available. Our technology is not so developed so that we can depend on the renewable energy. So what we have to do now? We have to develop the technologies wherein we can depend on this renewable. Then only we can replace this coal. Right? So in the same way, natural gas and new zero carbon, whatever the fuels we are using, they all release carbon dioxide. But so far there is no technology which produces zero carbon dioxide or zero carbon. So we have to find out, invent, design a technology where it is zero carbon. It is a breakthrough technology. Throughout the world, people are working on that. Right? And then we have bioenergy, carbon price, and all these things. And then we have the transport, so energy efficiency in the transport and electrification. Electrification, all of you know that. Electric two-wheelers, cars, then train, buses, everything is electrified now. Right? Which is ultimately, it is the intention to reduce carbon dioxide. And then building and industry, okay? And then growth, population growth, how population is going to impact the global mean temperature, then how economic growth is going to impact the global mean temperature, and then carbon dioxide, and then other sources of greenhouse gases, and all these things. So these are all sliders, whatever you can see here, these are all sliders. Right? So you can see here now, this is a slider. You can move this side, you can move this side. So whenever you move this, so you can see that there will be a change in the temperature. Anybody can do this, even first standard, second standard student can also, if you tell them, move this one this side, that side, this side, and make adjust it to this 1.5, it is very easy. Anyway, 5 minutes you can do this one. But what we have to understand is, what are the criticalities when we do that? What is going to the, what will be the impact of that on the society, on the marginalized people, on the low income countries? All these things we have to think. So this, in the next session, we are going to open this, and we are going to adjust that and create a scenario wherein the temperature will be reduced to 1.5 or below 1.5. So I'll just skip all these things. Now, what do you think? What may be the carbon dioxide concentration now? So take out your mobile and put your answers. Please scan it. Are you getting the options there? You are getting the options? Already options are there now. What do you think? 422 is correct, but why then it is 327 here? So all of you put 422 now. So 422 is correct. As of now, the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere is around 422 ppm, parts per million. It was around 327, maybe 7, 8 years back. Now it is around 422 parts per million. Right? So you can see now the carbon dioxide concentration is 422 parts per million. So that's why we are very much worried about all these fossil fuels. Drastically, the carbon dioxide concentration is increasing whenever we are burning the fossil fuels. Right? So you can see here, this is how the carbon dioxide varied. Okay, this is pre-industrial area. You can see up to 1950, it was around 300 ppm. Right? After 1950, it has increased drastically. Now it is around 422 ppm now. The carbon dioxide concentration increased very much drastically. Okay, so you can see there is a linear increase in the carbon dioxide concentration. And it is much beyond from past 8,000 years. Now, what do you think? Which gas is more responsive? What is the major source of? Can you scan that one? Can you scan that? Is happening? Yeah, yeah. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? Now? Is coming now? No? It's not working? Yeah, anyway, leave it now. Right? So coal is the major source of carbon dioxide, okay? So which is contributing for the global warming, okay? So all others are also there, but their contribution is very less. So you can see in this slide that carbon dioxide emission majorly is from the coal. Many auditors, what has told, they told, they'll be doing all, right, madam, carbon dioxide emissions and all these things. Yeah. I'll give it to just
basically this your under scope G scope 2 is very much covered under your BRSR. Based on that,
hello. So these are all the things which come there. So coal is the major source of carbon dioxide, which is one of the reason for the global warming. Next is oil. Oil means it may be petrol, diesel, and all these things which contributes to that. And then natural gas, compressed natural gas. Today you can see a lot of autos and cars which run on this. And also other gases and the land use land changes which contribute to carbon dioxide emissions. So this is the total annual global greenhouse gas emissions. So 68% is carbon dioxide from the fossil fuels. This is the major source. That's why we are worried about this coal and other things, okay? And then, so carbon dioxide from the land use and forestry is around 7%, methane is around 18%, nitrous oxide is around 5%, and then fluorine gases is around 2%. So all this will contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. So this is just a bathtub economies. So wherein these are your emissions, right? Your industries, automobiles, and all these things, bathtub. So this is an incoming, right? And this is outgoing. So incoming, you can see there is a lot of emissions which are going there, but very less removal. What is this removal? Removal is your afforestation program, forestry, then industrial, trapping of carbon dioxide, converting it into the different things, and all these things. So these technologies are are not on par with the amount of the emissions what. So that's why if it is both are equal, this one, say for example, only 2 liters are going out, getting up, trapped here. So this is what carbon dioxide is increasing in the atmosphere, right? So this is the global mean temperature temperature was invented, the global mean temperature has almost increased by 1.3 degree centigrade. Right? So when we compare to the 1850, so almost 150 years or 200 years down the line, so we have increased our global temperature by 1.5 degree centigrade already. Now, you can see here, if we continue the same thing, whatever the resources we are using, the energy production, thermal power plant, automobiles, as it is, we don't take anything, any action on that. If we allow as it is, the temperature is going to increase by 3 degrees centigrade by the year 2100. Now our challenge is to restrict it to within 1.5 degree centigrade, right? Within 1.5 degree centigrade, if possible, less than 1 degree centigrade. Okay, so this is our challenge, right? That's what we have all agreed and nations have agreed. And in the next session, after the tea break, we are going to sit into small groups and have a discussion and use that simulation tool to bring the temperature to less than 1.5. After doing that, you have to justify that. Simply doing that, it is so easy. 5 minutes job, right? Chandra, we can break for the tea? Huh? 2 minutes, I'll just close this one. So these are all the effects. I'll just run through this. And in that simulation tool, hello, you can see there is a map. I'll show you when we do that exercise. We can see that how the flood or the flooding instances will increase by temperature increase. See, this is a place. So this is when temperature increases, is not increased. This is when temperature is increased. So there is lot of land which is going to be submerged when the temperature increases. Okay, even you can see type some coastal areas in Karnataka or in India, and you can check whether they are submerging or not at the end of 2100. Okay, this is an example of one small place, Hanoi in Vietnam. So this is Dubai. So if the same thing continues, 2100, Dubai will be like this. Right? So this is a very difficult task, and all of us think that it is the government's duty or somebody else should do that. Everybody is important here. We have to untie the rope. Can we have 2 participants on the stage? Any 2 participants? Any 2 participants on the stage? Come fast. Otherwise, we'll get late for the tea. Other people, please. Lights. Any 2 participants? No energy? One more. Bring one more person with you. Bring one more person. Come. ಒಂದು ಗೇಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಗೇಮು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಸಂಜು ಫುಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಉತ್ತೇಶ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಂಜು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ I'll explain, okay? ಹಲೋ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಬ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಮೇಟ್ಸ್ನ ಹಿಂದೆ 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 ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇವರಿಬ್ರನ್ನ ಎರಡು ದಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರೈಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಈಗ ಇವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸುಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದು ಬಿಚ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಗತಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಂಗೆ ತೆಗಿಬಾರ್ದು ಅದನ್ನ ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಅನ್ಟೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ರೈಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಟ್ಟಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಳೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕೈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ Any YouTubers be ready? Sir, you can come on stage. Wow, sir, you're guiding properly. Yeah, come on. Wow. Yeah, please leave it. Any two other participants last? Any two girls or chance for females? Yes? There is no harm in trying. Yes? Last 5 minutes, we have to break for the tea and then we will have the hands-on session, right? Bani, Bega. Come on, come on. Make it fast. Parvaila Bani, if you feel also no problem, you should try. Bani, Bani, come on. Good. Get up, get up. ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಂತೆಂಥ ಜನನ ಎದುರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಮುಂದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಬನ್ನಿ ನೀವೇ ಬನ್ನಿ ಹಾಂ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಂ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಇಬ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹತ್ಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವರು ಬನ್ನಿ ಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬಂದವ್ರೆ ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದಾರ ಯಾವ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದಾರೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಮೂವಿ ಅಂತೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ Sir, what do you do?
Sir, consultancy.
So forest department, they'll be knowing all these things, no? They'll be catching lot of poachers and all of them, no? You should try properly.
I go for sandal testing, sir, but I don't go.
Let us try. I too don't know. Let me try that one. So what they tried is correct, right? Stand. Okay. So you can see here there are two knots. ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಂಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. So you can try one more time. See, even after practicing so many times, it will be confusing, right? Wow, good. So we can solve climate change. So all of you can contribute. Okay. Keep it here. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So you can see that ropes as a climate challenges, and then North's goal is to reduce the global warming with a teamwork, with the strategic thinking and persistence. Okay, so with this we will break for the tea and come back here for hands-on training. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we will have a short break and then we will assemble soon because another very important session. So that also will be very good. So that we then afterwards we can leave. Okay. So go and have a tea and refresh yourself, refresh your minds, and then please come back soon.
ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?